Oh, Don Jackson!
Hey!
With the bottle bit! Man, and you say you're a high-tech cubicle coder in programming in Northern California, in Silicon Valley, and you love making glasses out of bottles, don't you?
Kind of a low-tech alternative to what I do all day. So.
But it's wonderful. I mean, your Kickstarter campaign. Man, I could take an old Coke bottle. I could take any kind of bottle, cut it right with some existing tool, or actually, I think you have that to help too, and then get your gadget that smooths the edges, right, and it makes it look like something you bought in the department store or anything, and you can just do it at home.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of feedback from my backers on the Kickstarter campaign saying that, hey, they love cutting bottles. They just don't like sanding it down. And so they see the bottle bit and they're like, hey, here's an alternative. This is something I can sand it down real quick and it makes it painless.
It looks painless. And also, man, it's cheap as heck. How could you get started? How much is it to get started on the thing?
The bottle bit is on Kickstarter now for $30.
$30, wow! So I can make a crate full of glasses out of used bottles. But have the joy of doing it myself too.
It's
Wine
kind of fun.
Bottles, any kind of bottles, huh?
Yeah.
Now this would be fun for kids. You know, I mean, they finish a soda, and you show them how to make a glass for the rest of their life to drink out of.
Oh yeah, I heard a story from one of my backers. She taught a class in it's a high school shop class. It's not like the shop class that we took when we were kids, right? She says they've got laser cutters and they've got 3D printers and all this, and they cut a bunch of glasses and they sanded them down. And she said, hey, your product, the next time I teach that class is going to help these kids to sand it down much quicker.
So they have high-tech shop classes now with 3D printers, and now they'll make bottles like in low-tech. Yeah, but more importantly, you're doing this on the side, right? I am. And you already got $12,000, and you made your quota in what? How many hours? 8 hours?
8 hours it took.
8 hours. You made your quota. Never did this before, but actually, you tried. You said putting on Kickstarter. And the community on Kickstarter said, hey, you're in the wrong category. So you just stopped and started again in the right category and made a fortune.
I was in the crafts category. And so I was aiming at people who are already cutting bottles, because there's some people out there doing this. And I said, here's a great way to sand it down. And someone said, you need to put it in product design and just reach a much broader audience. Yeah. And so I added a bottle cutter rewards that you can get. And it's aiming at people who maybe haven't done it at all, and they look at it and say, hey, this looks pretty cool. Why don't I try it out?
I mean, like me, that's why I said, hey, this looks cool. For $30 I could get, have a great, spend a great Saturday morning making, 100 glasses for everybody for Christmas. What a great Christmas present and everything that people could do. And it's fun. But plus you're out there coding every day in your normal job. I mean, is your mind back home waiting to see, how much more money did I make on Kickstarter today? What's going on?
It's kind of addictive. I get on my smartphone, I'll get a message every time I get a new backer. And so I'm kind of looking at that a lot.
Really? You get a ping on your smartphone every time there's money going in the bank?
Kind of a cha-ching, sort of.
Yeah. Well, so, do you fantasize about this being another career someday?
I've talked to manufacturers and distributors and other people that might want to distribute it, and so I'm kind of talking about this with people.
That's interesting. So people actually through the Kickstarter campaign talk to you about maybe distributing it. Is that how you found distributors and manufacturers, or what? Yeah.
I've got a guy in the UK that we've already got kind of a handshake deal. I've talked to someone in Australia. I'm talking to a few others. Yeah.
That want to distribute your product, you mean?
Yeah, well, they're already distributing bottle cutters. And people are getting to them saying, hey, I need an easier way to sand these things down.
I see.
And so they see the bottle bit and they're like, they're contacting me now.
So in addition to, making 2,500 to 12, that's, 7 times or 6 times or whatever, 600% of your quota, you're getting distributors by being on Kickstarter, by being on crowdfunding, that will even sell more after this thing is done on Kickstarter, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. Kickstarter's got a pretty wide following now.
Yeah.
And so people check it out, and they're looking for up and coming products or whatever. So it's a good place to be seen.
It beats you going out and trying to find those people. These people are finding you, and it costs you nothing.
Yeah, if I would have tried this without Kickstarter, I don't think I wouldn't be going anywhere.
Yeah. Right, because I guess you don't have time to figure out what the industry, who sells these things, where the hell they are. You got to contact them, hire a salesman or whatever.
Yeah.
And this way, by throwing on there, win or lose on Kickstarter, you're finding other ways to win that you didn't know.
Oh yeah,
about.
yeah. No, it's great. I'm enjoying every bit of it too. Yeah, I heard interviews, I read articles about how to get things going on Kickstarter, and nothing really prepares you fully for what it's like. Really? But it is just so much fun doing it.
You mean they just tell you how much work you have to do? They didn't tell you how much fun you're going to have doing it?
Well, I think they mentioned it, but the best part though is I get to communicate with these people all over the world. I get feedback, and I get back to everybody's questions or comments, and I just love communicating with people all over the place.
That's what I mean. People say, oh, the internet and computers are making people less social. Everybody has their face in. But man, you're really becoming more social. You have friends in Australia now. You have people all over the world that love you, whatever. And what to me is so neat about it, you're getting, at your work, I don't know how big your office is. How many times does the boss come over and say, gosh, you're doing a great job, right? You're lucky if you get that at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And now here, you got 200-300 people that are just patting you on the back with money, man.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. Yeah,
and that's what we're here for. They say we love what you're doing. And they're showing you by, just not being like a nice mother-in-law. They're giving you green stuff and proving it.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, glad you're there. Glad you're using your spare time, if you have any, because you have 5 kids, too. I guess that's why you're doing this, to help support that payroll. But people want to get this or whatever. When will you deliver on these?
I'm already talking to the manufacturer about starting. So I'm going to front him some money so that he'll get the production going, so that when the campaign ends on, I think, February 12th, it'll already be kind of going.
Oh, really?
And so I plan to deliver hopefully within a month.
Oh, really? Wow. So then by March you'll have these things. Great. So you go to the Bottle Bit, TheBottlebit.com. Yes. You see the video there. Great video. Looks like you did the video yourself. It's very authentic. You're the guy doing it and everything. Yeah.
And I plan on putting on that website, a lot of instructional how-to types of things, so that if someone's just starting off in this, they'll be able to see from square zero
so
how to get started.
So it's for the rookie, for a guy like me, and the guy, because it looks great. I mean, I'd love to do something like this. They make great gifts. I mean, you imagine, gosh, and then you could hand paint these things with people's names, all kinds of things. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
So it's thebottlebit.com.
It is. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Don, thanks for being there and nice and inspiring people. Man, you could even do something on the side, make money, and have fun too. You bet. Take care.